Hi, my name is Waffles, and I'm a political commentator. I would like to take a moment to express myself about how I personally feel about the entire governmental body in the United States right now. As a United States citizen, I have every right to First Amendment speech to speak up about my opinions and perspectives on my government and the politicians of this nation and their behavior. I have been put in a situation where I am unable to gain access to the courts. I have filed like somewhere around 12 legal cases, a handful of which I have watched my governmental body in various divisions throw out without investigation. I have typed up a several-page report on the status of the backlogs and what has been done as a result of MAGA politicians in the United States Congress deliberately, and I believe criminally, defunding our government in order to, in my perspective and in my opinion, get away with various crimes of corruption within our governmental body. I want to make something clear. When you defund these agencies that enforce the law, when the agencies that enforce the law do not have the budgets that they need to function, the law is not enforced. I'm sitting on what is currently 32 pages of laws I believe are being broken. This information is going to be published. It is going to be public. Because right now, I'm sitting on a broken down transmission. I have spent the last 2 years trying to get help with the legal issues that our government has caused me as a female who works in the trades. I am so mad, y'all. I have tried so hard to get a lawyer. I have tried so hard to get legal assistance in the middle of this. And in my governmental account, accessible by government employees, there is duplicate charges from the Department of Labor stating that I owe them money because somebody somewhere stuffed money they shouldn't have into their bank account. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's at the Department of Labor. I'm a whistleblower from the Department of Labor. And I've got over 400 pages of crap typed up on these people now because they have interfered with my life and made it that difficult. And I saw what they were doing before hitting this point. And, you know, doing something like this to somebody who used to work for your division and saw a bunch of shady shit was a really bad decision. I have 32 pages of laws that I think are being broken. And you see, by making it so I'm not able to access the courts, this is going to have to be public information at some point. Because it's my only way to fix my problems. My bank accounts got froze. I personally feel like Donald Trump, various MAGA politicians, and the Heritage Foundation owe me some money for pain and suffering, financial losses, etc. Yeah, I'm looking at this sentence enhancer. So I just want to remind the general public that these people who are serving in our political offices have a college education on law. And I'm going to let you know right now that the behaviors that they're doing are deliberate. I'm going to clearly currently make an example of Marjorie Taylor Greene, who, if you watch her behavior in the United States Congress, she has been very hateful and demeaning of people. And I think that's something we've seen in a handful of these MAGA politicians. Things like deliberately targeting people of ethnic diverse backgrounds, making cruel and inhumane, harassing, hateful statements about the disabled, and also doing the same thing in regards to women in this country who are all a part of the civilian populace. So I just want to restate that I have like 32 pages of law that is going to go along with my report on corruption of this group of people whom, after literally years of research in pursuing, it appears to me that this group of people is a terrorist organization under legal definitions. Hate crime is a sentence enhancer. And so things like, poking and prodding and being cruel towards the disabled and the women and the elderly and everything that they have been doing, along with stripping us of our rights, deprivation of rights, with a sentence enhancer of hate crime. The vocalizations coming out of Marjorie Taylor Greene are known as political violence. And so I want to point out the failure of the Democratic Party to also, be honest in their dialogue, because you all of you, every single one of you sitting in a political seat right now ought to have the appropriate education to know what it is that you are doing and what you are looking at. You don't speak to the public, the vast majority of you. And from where I'm sitting, observing every little move, it also looks like Democrats are being dishonest in the middle of all of this. Do I think that the public is going to get the resolution when it comes to protecting national security in the United States that they both deserve and need? No, I don't. I think that we are in a situation where both sides of the aisle are fully and wholly corrupt and only working in interest of themselves for the most part. If they weren't, we would have seen that this goon squad would have been arrested already, as they are engaging in a plethora of legal violations. And the words coming out of Donald Trump, Matt Gaetz, the governor of Florida, the governor of Texas, their actions, along with Marjorie Taylor Greene, all of that can be defined simply as political violence. And the failure of our own officials to clearly speak up when they have a college education on these matters exemplifies a lack of goodwill and positive intent. And that is how I feel right now as I sit here in the middle of the country with a broken down transmission after being looted by our government. And that's what I have to say as a person here in Colorado. Do I think my attorney general in my state's going to do anything? No. Am I going to contact the FBI? No. You know why I'm not going to contact the FBI? Because based on my observations, Christopher A. Wray was, brought in by Trump. And he is the one responsible for seeing to it that something like this gets handled by the federal government. It is damn near Inauguration Day, and I don't see shit getting done as far as actually holding these motherfuckers accountable to the law. The only thing that I see that the American government, Democrat or Republican, has done in the last 4 years is clearly exemplify and demonstrate to the American people that the rule of law in the United States holds no value and means absolutely nothing. And that is my opinion today as a political commentator.